Hello there, my name is Patrick, and you have just entered the Gameverse. And welcome back to another top 5 Paragon Plays of the week. If you have a sick play, send me the YouTube link, either by PM or to my business email, patrick.planetgames@outlook.com. You may be the legends of tomorrow, or at least next week. This week's plays have a little bit of everything and a lot of skill, so let's get right into it with number 5. Now, in most videos we've seen during the past 4 weeks, it's either a nice team play, one guy taking out multiple people, or everyone's favorite play, the Penta. But this play reminds us that even if you're in a simple 1v1, you can let your skill shine and make all the right moves. The Howitzer player enters the 1v1 by dropping his ult, and even though Murdoch is able to get out of the devastating AoE, Howitzer is able to land a sweet knockback, sending him right back into that circle of Armageddon for the sweet 1v1 victory. Number 4. Man, do I love the look of the jungle in Paragon, and nothing looks better than a great team fight in there. And by team fight, I mean the enemy team's fighting at least. Let's see how Sparrow and Decker manage against the entire enemy team. This play really shows the importance of awareness. Sparrow and Decker pounced when they needed to, but they backed off a bit when they started to get surrounded. Had they just stood there where the initial engagement started, this would have been a quick end for them. But instead, they slowly backed off, taking out one member after another of the enemy team, until the Penta was complete. Number 3. I love baiting. I love switching. And I love teamwork. And this play has it all.
An enemy will soon return.
The Fang Mao runs like the wind, trying to bait the enemy team back to his team without getting killed prematurely. The enemy Grux is finally able to pull him back, but it's too late. They've walked into the trap, and the orange team makes them pay. Number 2. This play shows how a strong understanding of the game, patience, and some skill sprinkled in there for good measure can change the tide of an entire match. Our Murdoch player had a sneaking suspicion that the enemy team was taking boss, and how right he was. He sits around the invis pad until the boss is low enough to be one shot by his ult, completely stealing the OP orb from underneath their noses. They do manage to catch him, but when they do, he manages to 1v2 them, turn the orb in for the buff, and eventually go on to win the game. This play was absolutely legendary and was very, very hard to place at number 2. But there was one more video I thought was just slightly better. This is number 1. Ever seen a whole enemy team disappear in about 25 seconds? Well, you're about to.
Penta, son? God dang it.
Grux, you and your smashing your swords together shenanigans. Even though this is technically a team fight, our Grux player does at least 80% of the damage here, absolutely ripping through player after player in enormous speed, and ends it off with an absolutely savage throwdown on the poor Sevarog player attempting to escape. It was a close race, but in the end, this was my number 1 play of the week. And that's it for week number 4. Wow, already done a month of this. And hopefully with your guys' replays, we can keep this going for many more months. But without your plays, there can be no top 5. If you're curious how to submit a play, all you have to do is upload it to YouTube or some trusted file sharing site, then send me a link via either PM or email at patrick.planetgames@outlook.com. It's in the bottom right corner if you're confused as to the spelling. You may be one of the legends of next week. What did you think of this week's top 5? Would you have placed them differently in the rankings? Let me know down in the comments. I love talking to you guys. If you enjoyed this video, it means a lot to me and the YouTube algorithm if you leave a like, or maybe you hated it. Leave a dislike for that sweet, sweet revenge on me for wasting your time. I also post 2 to 3 videos a week, so if you want updates on when I upload a new one, you can subscribe, but you don't have to. I'm just happy you've watched this far. And thank you for watching. I hope to see all you legends out in Agora. Goodbye.
Penta.